And welcome back to the Prospect Talk. We'll talk about Mets prospects, and we're going to talk about what happened on Saturday, April 11th, in a full video here. Mets minors recap: Mitch Voit, Mets #1 pick. Post, big day for High A Brooklyn. That's the Brooklyn Cyclones. It has been a quiet start to the year for the majority of the Mets minor league system, aside from the AA Binghamton Rowan Ponies, who now sit at 5-2 on the young season. Every other team sits at 500 or worse the first 2 weeks of the season, including a woeful start for the High A Brooklyn Cyclones. The Bats were quiet in a 3-hit performance for the AAA Syracuse lineup, while the duo of A.J. Ewing and Eli Serrano III continues to lead the Binghamton lineup that scores comfortably. And of course, they lead the Binghamton lineup that scores comfortably. Aforementioned Brooklyn finally snagged their second win, while the St. Lucie Mets split their weekend doubleheader. Now, before we get into this video, hit the subscribe button. But most importantly, watch the entirety of this video. The AAA, the Buffalo Bisons beat the Syracuse Mets 5-0. Carl Edwards Jr. pitched 3 2/3 innings. He had 4 hits, 4 runs earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Austin Warren, who could be helping the Mets very soon, won 1 1/3 innings, 2 hits, a run, no earned runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Right-handed pitcher Dan Hammer, keep an eye on him as well. Went 1 2/3 innings, no hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Carl Edwards Jr. is in the early stages of a transition starting with the Mets, and his outing on Saturday did not go according to plan. He allowed 7 base runners in less than 4 innings, allowing 4 of them to score. Austin Warren continues to impress in the majors and remains the likely candidate to be the first man up from Syracuse, who's not. Craig Kimbrell was the first man up. Dan Hammer, whom the Mets signed to a 2-year minor league contract, is off to a scoreless start for Syracuse. They called up Craig Kimbrell on Saturday, by the way. Vidal Brajun went 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Yanni Hernandez went 1 for 3 for the double. Christian Pache went 1 for 3. Syracuse bats as a whole were brutal on Saturday with just 3 recorded hits. Due to Nick Morbido and Hayden Sank with the only OPS marks over 800 in the starting lineup. And AA, which they've been very good, defeated the Somerset Yankees 7-6 in 10 innings. A.J. Ewing went 1 for 3 with 3 walks. He's gotten off to a fantastic start. I would expect that he'll be getting promoted very soon. So Mets do push these guys. Eli Serrano III went 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. J.T. Schwartz went 2 for 3, the double. Chris Suaro, another guy that could get promoted to AAA as well. I would mention Eli Serrano III, Ewing, Suaro have gone off to good starts. They're the early candidates to get a promotion. On the other side, third baseman Jacob Ryman went 1 for 4. His OPS is 458. 458. Serrano and Ewing have been the best combination of lefty bats on any team in minor league baseball so far, and are a major reason the Rowan Ponies are off to a 5-2 start. Catcher Chris Suaro cemented himself as a legitimate prospect for the Mets, also pushing himself close to the national spotlight. Jacob Ryman, top 100 prospect, has been off to a slow start for the Ponies, but reached base 3 times on Saturday. Their offense has the potential to be among the best in all of minor league baseball. So to go through this a little bit, Eli Serrano, I don't know much about him. So he needs some more development. I think that the thing with him is the power. The Mets have very high on his power, but it hasn't really developed yet. A.J. Ewing is going to be a beast. We saw him in spring training. He's a great defensive outfielder. He's going to be probably the future center fielder on the Mets. The thing that will keep him from where he is now to be sort of like a P. Crow Armstrong type player is the power. I think he's going to hit in the majors, but the power has to come. If he has the potential to hit 15 home runs, he could be a star in the major leagues. Chris Suaro who catches, plays first base, and plays a little outfield. He could be a super sub, which is interesting because most super subs can't play behind the plate. He's average behind the plate, but if he could do just a little bit, he could be like a third catcher on the Mets in the future. And I think he can make the majors this year with the Mets, as well as Ewing, by the way. On the pitching side, Brendan Gertzen pitched 3 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 6 walks. That's very high. 2 strikeouts. He's a guy to keep an eye on, too. He could be the next guy to take a step forward. He had a good year last year. Jeffrey Yan Also, a guy out of the bullpen, the right-hander, 1 2/3 innings, gave one hit, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Ben Simon, he could be a guy that can help the Mets in the major leagues at some point. Probably not this year. 2 walks, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. And Brian Metalor, who's been in the Mets system for like 400 years, he will get to the majors at some point. That's my prediction. At High A, Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Cyclones defeated the Jersey Shore Blue Claws 6-3. Mitch Voit, the Mets' #1 pick last year, went 3 for 5 with a double. The defensive side of his game is elite. Whether he develops as a hitter, and also I guess he was a two-way player in high school and a two-way player in college in Michigan, so he needs a little bit of development on one side. So that's where we are with him. Ronald Hernandez went 1 for 2. He's the guy they picked up for David Robinson a few years ago. A triple, 3 walks. He's playing DH. Center fielder John Bay, an undrafted free agent, went 1 for 4. He had a big year last year. Left fielder Corey Collins. He's a guy that played with Charlie Condon in college. But these are guys that I know about. Right-handed pitcher Wyatt Hoodpool. He's a guy to keep an eye on, but he's way down the minors. He pitched 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, walk, 5 strikeouts. Garrett Stratton pitched a 1 2/3 innings, struck out 5. Christopher Gomez pitched 1 2/3 innings, gave a hit, 3 strikeouts. Dennis Correa pitched 2 1/3 innings, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. And finally, in Single A St. Lucie, big news happened on Sunday night, late. The Mets have recalled Tommy Pham from St. Lucie. He had an out after April 25th. So the Mets just, because they're desperate for a spark, desperate for some offense, they called up Tommy. He was 0 for 2 on Saturday. JT Benson went 2 for 2. Edison Polino went 1 for 3. Elian Pena went 1 for 2 with a walk. His OPS on the season right now is 1082. He's gotten off to a spectacular start. And it'll be interesting to see how quickly the Mets, put him at the next level. He's just flying. He's just doing a great job. On the pitching side, Connor Ware, in his second start, professional baseball, pitched 3 2/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, and struck out 5. Ernesto Mercedes pitched 2/3 of an inning with 2 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, walk, 2 strikeouts. His ERA is 16.20. Elvis Majaras pitched 1 2/3 innings, 2 hits, a run, and then it says 2 earned runs. Okay, which is it? Jorge De Leon pitched an inning, struck out a batter. So this is the action that happened on the minor league side in St. Lucie. Oh, wait a minute, this guy's second game. What are you talking about? You got game 2, because there was a raid out. Game 2. The Mets defeated the Blue Jays 11-4. Tommy Pham went 1 for 3. Double walk. Randy Guzman went 1 for 3 of a walk. AJ Sagata went 2 for 2. Simon went 1 for 3. Sam Robertson went 2 for 3. Catcher Francisco Tolito went 2 for 3. On the pitching side, in his second professional start, Cam Tilley pitched 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. A lot of development there he has to do. Right-handed pitcher Tyler McLaughlin pitched 2 2/3 innings. I believe he pitched in the Arizona Fall League this past year. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Ryan Dollar, a great name, pitched an inning, gave up a hit, a run, earned run, and 3 strikeouts. Cantilli struggled more in his second outing than he ever got close to in his first, but was able to handle it relatively well. His strikeout numbers were still high, but he struggled with hitting spots and leaving the ball over the plate, which was not an issue in his first start when he went 5 scoreless with 6 strikeouts. Tyler McLaughlin was almost perfect in long relief before Ryan Dollar finished the second half of the doubleheader. And obviously, any kind of doubleheader in the minor leagues is a 7-inning game. But this is interesting to see Cam Tilley and his second start struggle. This is the development time. So don't get too up, don't get too low on what we see from these minor league numbers. A lot of it's development. A lot of it's how they develop pitches, how they're able to approach every day playing at the rigorous major league level. So let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, please subscribe to the Prospect Hut, and I'll see you later.